Have you ever heard the tale of the philosophical duck? It's a story that certainly ruffles a few feathers. You see, there was this duck named Darryl, and he was far from your average mallard. Darryl had a funny quirk. He'd waddle around town, quacking out motivational messages to anyone who'd listen. And let me tell you, he could quack for hours. He once kept a flock of geese engaged in a deep discussion about existentialism until the break of dawn. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about this philosophical duck? Well, Darryl embodied a philosophy that we can all learn from. It's the duck philosophy, and it goes something like this. On the surface, always appear calm and collected, but underneath, never stop paddling. This is the story of how Darryl, the philosophical duck, turned into a symbol of his philosophy. Born in a humble pond at the town fringe, Darryl, an ordinary duck, had an extraordinary vision. This vision was a stark contrast to his mundane surroundings. He was an everyday face, but his thoughts were distinctive. Unlike his peers, he didn't limit himself to the pond's boundaries. His dreams were grand, extending to horizons unexplored. Amidst the typical, Darryl stood out. He was not confined to the ordinary. His dreams were ambitious, delving into realms beyond what the eye could see. Dreams that extended far beyond the pond. While his fellow ducks were content just floating around, Darryl was always paddling. He was always striving for more, always working towards his dreams. On the surface, Darryl appeared just as calm and collected as the rest of them. But underneath, he was a flurry of action, always paddling towards his goals. And you know what? It worked! Darryl's constant paddling paid off. He became the most successful duck in town, the duck all the other ducks aspired to be. But despite his success, Darryl never changed. He always remained calm on the surface, always kept paddling underneath. So, what can we learn from Darryl, the philosophical duck? Well, there are 3 key points to remember about the duck philosophy. 1. Always appear calm on the surface. No matter how tough things get, always maintain your composure. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather managing them in a way that allows you to remain focused and effective. 2. Never stop paddling. Even when you're at the top, never stop striving for more. Always be working towards your goals, no matter how big or small they might be. And 3. Don't be afraid to be different. Like Darryl, it's often those who dare to be different who end up achieving the most. So the next time you find yourself facing a challenge, remember Darryl, the philosophical duck. Remember to stay calm on the surface, to never stop paddling, and to dare to be different. Because in the end, success isn't about how calm you appear to others. It's about how hard you're willing to paddle when no one's watching.